What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Rewriting the Script. I'm your host, Sasha, and this is where we spark change, ignite hope, and empower you to take control. And on today's episode, we got a very special guest. He is the host of the ConverSaytion Podcast, Leon.
Hey, finger snaps or claps in the chat, y'all. Whatever y'all feel like doing. I'm excited to be here. And again, Sasha, I want to just thank you for bringing me on to the podcast, and also just want to give you your flowers for what you are doing, not just through your platform, but just your life in general. Just seeing your story and seeing how you're constantly, even still, just going and empowering people. I feel like your intro, that was like, I feel like I was going into a vlog or like a, a nice TV show. So I'm definitely excited to be here. Definitely excited to see what we're going to get into today. So thank you for sure.
Thank you for coming. I'm so excited.
For sure.
I think we about to have a good chat.
Yeah, we locked in.
So, all right, we're going to hop into it. To start it off, like, did you have with your podcast, right? Mm-hmm. Did you have like a significant experience that happened that made you start your podcast?
What's crazy is, no, I did not have a significant moment, I would say. But I just always been a person who, if I have a platform or even if I don't have a platform, just trying to get stuff out to people that they may not be aware of or just use my voice for something positive. I can tell you a story about like when I was in 11th grade, which I'm 26, y'all, so it ain't that long ago.
26.
But my brother, I was on Snapchat clowning, just saying crazy stuff, cursing, talking crazy about somebody. Not like, gang violence. I want to clear that up, but I was just talking reckless, really. And then my brother, like, he gives me advice, but what he told me that day, I was shocked that he told me that. He was like, bro, you shouldn't be on here, like, talking crazy like this. Like, if you're going to be on somewhere, you need to be using your voice to uplift somebody and help somebody. Like, ain't no way that you should be moving like that. And then when I heard my brother say that, and I'd say, like, my brother just a lunatic and he crazy, but, like, to hear my brother tell me that, it was like, yeah, I got to do better. And so that was another, reason why I'm so, like, passionate about using my voice to uplift others. And it was just like a reminder, like, bruh, my aunt say I'm a social butterfly. Somebody in my family, they also say, like, I got the gift of gab. I just want to use my voice to help other people or, stand up for people that feel like they can't speak. But another situation was my senior year of college, some friends of mine at the time, we were having a conversation. And when I tell the story, I always forget what it was we were talking about. I was like, man, we should start a podcast, like, from all the stuff we talk about in the group chat. It was like facts. I was like, y'all want to do it? And then it was like, yeah. But long story short, I ended up doing my own podcast. We had one, but it was just like everybody really, when I look at it and I look at it later down the line, it was like everybody really didn't want to do it. So it was what it was. I went to him like, hey, I'm doing my own thing. Just want to, as a respect to y'all, I didn't want y'all to be blindsided when y'all see me doing my own podcast when we got one. I just wanted to let y'all know I'm going to do my own thing because I'm a person, like, I ain't going to force you to do something you don't want to do.
Right.
Especially when I see that you really don't want to do it. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I'm going to just go pick my stuff up and go somewhere else and do my own thing. So,
right.
Yeah, that's how my podcast was formed. No really crazy moment, but I would say I just been a person that's really passionate about, helping other people, bringing people on, having them share their stories, and seeing how, as my tagline for my podcast says, we turn conversation into application. So finding something throughout the conversation that you can apply to your life. So
that's dope. And that's what I was about to say. Like, that was my next question. Like, so, like, when y'all, anything like you talking, does that mean applying what you're talking about to your life?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I really like that because you got to, like, learn, like, everything that you learn. Like, I think, like, in my beginning season, I was learning so much stuff, and I was, like, not applying it.
Yeah.
And, like, when we came into this year, I felt like God was telling me, like, okay, now it's time to start applying all this. You've been, learning all this, you've been healing, and you've been learning all these things to help you in life, but you're not applying anything.
Yeah.
It's pointless if you get the information, but you're not using it.
Yeah.
So this year, the season for me is applying everything I learned.
Yeah.
In life. So,
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I think that's important. I actually, when we were here for a Just Create event, I said it like people will go spend 200 plus on
yep,
seeing
you did.
B. Simone for the women's retreat, and you wrote all that stuff in your notes, and you went all the way to North Carolina or Atlanta just for you to come back to Detroit, and you ain't doing nothing you wrote in your journal. Like
Yep.
you just wasted money.
Yeah.
You could have watched her for free on
Yeah.
YouTube. You get what I'm saying? If you was
Yeah.
gonna do that, so I think it's important because the information it don't mean nothing if you don't apply it.
Exactly.
So I agree.
Exactly. And then, like, so do you, with all the lessons you give, do you be giving yourself lessons as well?
See, the lessons that I give is because I went through that and I'm still, it's a work in progress. Everybody is a work in progress. So, like me, I pride myself, especially like working with young men. Like, I feel like I got to be on my A game. I don't got to be perfect because none of us are perfect, but that doesn't, you know, I don't use that as a crutch for me not to walk in who I am.
Right.
So, like, you'll hear people be like, well, I'm not perfect, or we born in sin, as like almost like a crutch to keep doing what you're doing or
Yep.
keep up the stuff that you're doing. But it's like, God created avenues. He surrounded you around people and environments to help you grow. So it's like when you look at it, you really don't have no excuse to not be your best self because God is putting you, or He's put you in a position to be able to do that in a way that's pleasing to Him. So for me, like, I'm big on, like, if I tell you something, you may see me mess up, but the difference is, like, I'm going to own it.
Right.
And I'm going to get better with it because, like I said, working with my mentees and being a part of a mentoring program, it just makes me want to be a better man and human being in general because I could tell these kids all day long, stay in school, get good grades, do this, treat your mom right. But if I'm not doing none of that, like, who would listen to me? So it's
Right.
like, I pride myself on, listening first because who am I to tell you about something if I'm not living it?
Exactly.
So
Yeah, that's good. For sure. And then, like, outside of podcasting, because I know you say you work with kids, like, what is that like?
So for me, like, to me, it's a joy. Like, it can be, for some people, if you're not ready, it can be a pain. But, like, you have your time. Like, nothing is going to be perfect. Like, I think people want a perfect situation. Like, even the woman of your dreams, the man of your dreams, that's not going to be a perfect situation all the time. So, like, for me, I love it because everything I'm involved in, whether it's youth ministries at church, whether it's being a part of a mentoring program, working at a school, all of those things align with me working with youth. And that's how I know that that's my purpose, to work with kids and to help people that are not so far away from my age. So for me, it's a blessing because you see so many kids come from broken homes and where their moms, their dads, or whoever their guardian is, like, at home, they being shown something totally different that's probably not the best for their situation. But when they're in our care, or I can speak for myself, like, when I'm around the kids, like, I make sure to affirm them. Like, hey, man, keep going. Like, you didn't get it this time, but let's keep going. Like, when I first got to the school that I'm at currently, this was my second year there. My first year, like, we did this thing where it was like, he came in and told us, like, this is a script that I want you guys to say to the kids in the morning. And me, like, I don't like nothing scripted, to be real, like, unless it's needed.
Yeah.
And I supported this idea. Like, I was like, yeah, that's cool. But then I'm like, how can I, because it was 3 of us that's behavior specialists. So, like, for me, I was like, how can I stand out amongst us 3? Like, what can I do differently that also supports us 3, helping them, but also helps the kid?
Right.
So, like, me, once I got to know the kids and their tendencies, their personalities, the stuff they thrived on, the stuff that they struggled with, I would type up quotes on my laptop and print them out, and they would be quotes based on their needs or, like, something that I knew that they struggled with.
Okay.
So every morning when I talked to them, I would give them a quote and say, what you think this mean? Or it was one that the kids liked a lot. Hopefully I don't mess this quote up, but it was like, I made some mistakes that I can't change, but I changed so I don't make the same mistakes.
That's good.
And so, like, just doing stuff like that, just, like, pouring into them, because whether people want to admit it or not, a lot of people, home life is not the best. And so for me, especially being a black man, like, I pride myself on, like, if somebody else not going to, if we don't do it, who else is?
Right.
And the people that we don't want to do it, if we don't do it, they will, and they not going to do it the way that we should. So I just pride myself on, like, helping the kids and being there for them and, you know, just being an example for them. Like, you could tell a kid all day long, but if you're not that example, it don't matter.
Yeah. I think that's so cool, though, because, like, the generation now, they need it.
Yeah,
like, I think that's so dope because, like, the generation now, they really, really need it.
Yeah.
Really, really need it.
YNs need it for sure.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. You know, and, like, they need someone like what you're doing. Like, we need a lot of more of that out here.
Yeah, definitely.
To stir the kids in the right place. And when you said, like, talked about affirming, that is so important to affirm your kid and affirm your kids, because that's something I lacked that as a child, is being affirmed.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I was, you know, more affirmed by my parents and stuff, I think it would have helped me better in life.
No, for sure.
I wouldn't go seeking attention, looking
validation
from other people. You know, so it's so important. Like, I try to, with my daughters, like, I try to I'll have them every day tell themselves, like, what's 3 things, say 3 things that you like about yourself, or you love about yourself, because I don't want them seeking that from, you know, other people. Well, I'm trying to not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to instill in them, you could give yourself, you know, you can affirm yourself.
Yeah.
Or you can give yourself validation. So that's actually great that you do that.
Yeah, it's important, like, because like you said, you kind of hinted on it a little bit, like, when you don't have that, you look for it in all the wrong places, or you're going to every which way to, you know, find validation in any and everything. And because, like, I think it's the craziest thing in the world to me, like, when people go through stuff, they don't know, like, it's not just for you. Like, you went through that to help somebody else.
Yeah.
So, you know, but sometimes people don't know that right off the bat. Like, and I think it's just so important to realize, like, your story can help somebody, or it can be the roadmap to somebody healing, or, you know, getting to where they want to be in life. So because you didn't have that growing up, you recognize, like, if I tell my daughter this, like, we know, like, at the end of the day, like, people going to be people. They're going to stray away from what they were taught, or, you know, they're going to have shortcomings. But you can appreciate it more because you led with affirming. You didn't wait till that happened to start affirming. You, like, I know what I went through, so because I went through this, let me do this with my daughters. So, like, affirming is definitely key, because when you build somebody up, you know, they say everything starts at home, and that can be good or bad. Like, you can have bad experiences at home first, or you can have good experiences. All about me. I think life is a whole bunch of perspective, how you see something. So
definitely changing your perspectives on things.
Yeah.
Can switch, like, I don't know, could shift so much.
Yeah.
And with the kids, like, when you said, you know, sometimes, like, you can instill something in them, and they might, you know, they might learn something else, or it might not go the way that you taught them. But, you know, because I'm just learning all those things, like, at my age. I'm 34, and I'm just learning. I'm reparenting myself. Yeah. So it's like I'm parenting myself and I'm parenting my kids at the same time. So, you know, I try to give myself grace, like, a lot of the times, because I'll be like, okay, remember, you know, you just now doing this all these years, and don't beat yourself up, because sometimes, you know, I can't revert, or I'll get the yelling, or because I've been trying to soft parent lately. And sometimes, you know, I get triggered and I revert back, but like I said, I'm human and I'm learning. So it's important, like, the kids, like, to deal with kids. I love that, because they need it.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of unlearning and relearning. Yeah. Right? So, like, for me, I don't have kids, even though often people ask me, do I have a daughter? I don't know why people like asking me that. I don't know. I don't have no kids. I don't know why y'all keep asking me, do I have a daughter? But, hey, we'll deal with that on another day. Right. But for me, I think, like I said, it's, you know, you got to unlearn and relearn some things. There's some things that helped me and my brother as a kid that probably won't help my children, just because of the society that they'll grow up in. Now, granted, it's some stuff that I'm going to take with me that my parents taught me and that I learned from my parents then there's some other things that my parents did that I'm probably not going to take. Because, like, I remember my older cousin was saying, like, I never understood, like, when it would be summer break or winter break, why I would have to wake up early in the morning if I'm not going nowhere. And I'd be like, that makes a lot of sense. Like, why am I, like, I used to argue with my dad a lot, like, bro, why am I folding my covers back up if when I get back home, I'm going to get right back in the bed after I leave school? Like, I don't understand why I'm doing that. And I still don't know why, like, a lot of people say it's a deep meaning behind when you fold your bed in the morning. I'm still trying to figure out what that deep meaning is, because I don't know.
I was about to say, my girl Everly, she big on stuff like that, so she might
Yeah,
know.
I'm still trying to figure it out. But like, it's like you said, like we were talking at the mentoring program a few days ago about like how we've gotten so used to things happening in our society that we're so desensitized to it. So like a kid can get killed and it's like, well, that's the norm. It's like, no kid should go to a playground and lose their life.
Yep.
No 4-year-old kid should be caught in the middle of gunfire. Like their parents had an intention on taking them to a park. I never been to the McDonald's playscape and had to worry about what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like we've gotten to a place where we're so comfortable with violence, with disrespect. Like I remember, like my dad, even to this day, he tells me like, used to be a time where like, if I had beef with somebody or they had beef with me, if I saw them out with their family, I would not harm them in no way, shape, or form. Now it's like you could be with your wife, you could be with your kids, and it's up. It don't matter where you at. So it's kind of like, man, just like the fact that people are so like okay with that, or like the fact that people are so okay with men not being in the home. Like that's not how it was supposed to be. That's not how things were supposed to go. But the reality is, like, sometimes dudes gonna dip or sometimes women gonna dip, whatever the case may be. Like, but it's like that shouldn't be the norm. Like that shouldn't be, the norm should be like your dad supports you. Your dad is in your life.
Yeah.
You have loving parents. You don't have to get bounced around from home to home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just about learning and
made it like, huh? Yeah,
it is what it is type of situation.
So
but
I
it's
get
like
what you're saying.
Yeah, just about, like I said, learning and relearning and unlearning some stuff that is not normal.
Because I'm doing a lot of unlearning. A lot of unlearning.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
It's okay. Better, I don't even say late because it ain't too late.
Yeah.
So have you had any challenges in your life that you had, like, didn't let define, like, anything that has happened in your past that you didn't let define who you are today?
I would definitely say recently, as in a year ago, it was 2023, around, I want to say October, and I had a falling out with some people that I was cool with at the time. Okay. And I wouldn't even go as far to say falling out. I would just say like miscommunication, mainly on my end or whatever. And I tried to, I did my part on, making amends, trying to go back and fix it. But, people, they go their way and do what they feel like is best for them or whatever.
Yeah.
And then some other parties got involved that really didn't know, the full situation. Or, me, I'm the type of person that if I come to you man to man about something, especially if we men.
Yeah.
I need to say that, especially with men. And I go to you about something and, all is well or all seems well. Or even if it's not, I would appreciate if somebody come to me and be like, yo, I ain't like what you did, or, I'm still feeling the way, and you'll be well within your rights, Because like I said, I was in the wrong or whatever. But fast forward to that, it just taught me, like, I can't worry about what people gonna think about me, because the people that truly know who I am, they'll vouch for me. Yep. And number one, God will vouch for me, and then who I am, I know who I am at the end of the day. I know what I will do. I know what I won't do. I know what I've said. I know what I haven't said. So, like, for me, it just taught me, like, you got to be okay with the stuff that's out of your control. Like, and just control the stuff that you can control. So, like, for me, was talking to my best friend about it. Because at first I'm like, man, I ain't tripping. You know, it is what it is, man. You know, people lose people all the time, you know,
Right.
what people say. But then I was thinking on it like, no, I really didn't like how that went down. Because I was looking back through some messages and what was said. And I'm like, I don't know if I like how that went down. Like, I don't know if I like how that was settled or whatever. And even, like I said, me making amends with the situation, it was kind of like, I just feel like that could have been handled way better on either end, my end, their end. And then it was just like months passed after that, and I was just like, I see why, you know, that happened the way that it did. It didn't have to happen like that, but in a way, I'm kind of happy that it did because it exposed a lot. Like, okay, well, I'm really not supposed to be cool with y'all no more. That's, you know, it's had its expiration date. And I just don't got time for that no more. And once I accepted that, I was just like, hey, man, you can't let people, and just out of that whole situation, just randomly, certain stuff started being exposed about places I was supposed to be and people that I was supposed to be around. And it just helped me shift my perspective on things that I really need to be worried about or focused on. Because it was like, nah, I'm actually glad this happened because I don't need to rock with y'all no more. I don't need to be around y'all no more. Not to say that these people are negative or bad folk. It's just like, for where I'm trying to go, I don't need to be with y'all, bro. And it's
So
just
that
that
you
simple.
say, like, that you say that, do you think that God, like, makes certain, I don't want to say make, but let certain things happen the way they happen because, you know, so you won't go back to certain things or, like, you know, like you said, be cool with certain people? Because I believe that.
Definitely, for sure, 100%. But this one was a little different because for me, these people have been, you know, we've been cool with each other or locked in with each other like brothers since 6th grade. So, you know, like it was,
so you know
it kind of threw me off. And me, I'm not the type of person to be like, because you can meet somebody in a few months that had better interest than people that you know your whole life.
Oh, my God.
Sad to say, like.
Yes, that's so true.
But, you know, for me, I believe like it's more about the bond. It ain't about necessarily the years in a lot of situations because, you know, you could see like I said, you can meet somebody. When I went to college, it's some people that had way better, you know, interest for me than people I grew up with.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it was. But, you know, for me, same here. I'm a firm believer in, you know, God have situations happen, especially when you're being hard-headed.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you know you're not supposed to be messing with this girl. But, all right, we going to have a kid come out of it.
Yep.
Or, you know you're not supposed to be dealing with this dude, or, you know you're not supposed to be around this crowd because you're not even like that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even, you hanging with dudes that's in the street, and you not even, that's not you. Like, you grew up in a nice, peaceful home. Like, why would you want to go to the streets? Like, why is that exciting to you? So, I definitely believe, like, God have things happen. I don't know if this situation in particular that happened to me was that, but I know that later down the line, seeing how things panned out, like, I can't be cool with nobody that's moving like that, or that, you know, I can't be.
God see before we do.
Yeah.
That's way ahead. Like,
So, yeah, I'm definitely a firm believer that, you know, God have things set up that way. You know, like people be like, protect me from my enemies, and then you lose a best friend, or, you know, God help me with my temper, and then you on the freeway and somebody cut in front of you. That's a sign, you know. But what we do, we still cuss the person out, and we don't even know in the moment because it happened in a moment that we can't recognize. We think it's gonna happen as soon as we pray for it, but sometimes it happened a day later. Sometimes it happens hours later. So, you know, firm believer in that for sure.
I'm laughing because I just seen a video and this guy was like, he was talking about food, you know, like being healthy. He was like, he did like a prayer, like, Lord, let this food be nourishing to my body. And then he showed somebody like had like the big old baked potato and it was covered in like cheese and all this other stuff. And he was like, but you asking God to let this food be nourishing to your body.
Right. That's,
you know, so it's like, that's where to me that comes in. Like, I know I used to feel like when you pray for something, God gonna make it happen, but no, you can pray for something, but you also have to take part in it. You know what I'm saying? You have to start moving the way that you're praying for.
Yeah, no,
You're praying for
definitely.
something, but you're not moving like that's how you want to. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Your body, you praying to be healthy, but you're not going to the gym.
Yeah.
You praying, you want this disease or because I feel like a lot of diseases now, food is the reason.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You got heart disease or any type of like these diseases, but you eating like you ain't got none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
No, I'm with you on that. Like but I think it's like some people, they view God in a way that's not necessarily true. And when I say that, it goes back to what you're saying. Like, God will supply all your needs. That's biblical.
Yeah.
But that don't mean just keep eating pork rinds. Now,
Exactly.
you trying to get down to a size whatever, you trying to gain muscle, or you know what I'm saying? Like, God assigns you to do something along this journey too. So whatever you pray for, you got to be prepared to put the work in. So it's like when you pray, God already did his part.
Yeah.
That's signed, sealed, delivered. But that don't mean you just sit around and just wait for it to happen. Like, you gotta get up off your behind and do something, whether it's the gym, whether it's being in the right environments. And it goes back to, what I was saying about Eric Thomas made this like reference, and he was like, man, I never been a person. He was like, as a kid, I hate washing up. I'm like, what? And he like, man, I'm spontaneous. I don't like doing something every day. And he like, man, you mean to tell me I got to wash up every day? But he said this because, like, he said there's some people that's going to get some new information and they going to leave out the same. And that blew my mind because it was like, it's people that's getting a whole bunch of new information that can change their life if they just apply it. It ain't nothing super crazy because people think like I got to move to Atlanta.
Yeah, no.
No, it don't take all that. Like, it just, I heard Nipsey Hussle say this. He said the difference between me and the people in my neighborhood, I just didn't quit. I didn't go off and go to the greatest college ever. I just didn't quit. I had a plan. I talked to God about it. He showed me what it was I needed to do, and I executed. Because a lot of people, they talking to God, but they ain't putting in the work. So it's like, a lot of people saying, like, oh, God, I want you to enlarge my territory. Like, bro, you don't even know what that means. Like, you just heard somebody say that. You heard Jamal Bryant say that when you was watching this service on Sunday, and now you running with it. But that's a whole nother other thing people do. Like, they say stuff without actually knowing what it requires. So it's like, God, I want to fully surrender to you. Okay, well, you're going to have to put the vape pen down. You're going to have to stop hanging with certain people. You're going to have to stop deceiving folk. You're going to have to stop lying. But God really exposed you when you ask that. He showed you like, bro, you're not ready. It's okay. Because let me take you through this course real quick so you can get ready. But a lot of people think like, man, people be like, man, if I really wanted to stop drinking, I would. Like, okay, well, why you ain't?
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Or if I really wanted to stop lying, I would. Like, okay. But that just reminds me of how much we need God in this journey. Like, because you done try and you done fail. But with God, you're not going to fail. You may slip up. But he like, no, keep going. Like, this is what we're going to do. Like, most people, they don't want to admit this. It's very few people that will admit this. Very few people don't want to admit that they don't want to give up the stuff that's holding them back from the greatness that's on the other side of their life. So it's like, it's so many people that like, if you just gave up this, look at what your life would be like. But people like, man, I got to give this up. And it's like people that I heard somebody say the other day, like, you can tell what somebody is adamant about based on how they feel towards it or like what they willing to do to get it. So somebody like, I don't want nobody to think I'm against the people that smoke weed. It's just a good example. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people will like go to the ends of the earth to go get this stuff. But it's like, you ask them, hey, let's go to the gym, bro. Now, mind you, you done told me, man, these are my goals I want to get stronger. I want to get faster. Man, I'm straight. But it's like, okay, well, you really don't mean what you say. And for me, I always tell people, like, you could tell me all day long. It don't matter about what I think. It's about what you going to have to live with. Because I could say, well, man, you don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to stop lying. You don't want to stop being around negative people. But it's about what you want. it really don't matter what nobody else
Exactly.
around you think. It's about what you gonna have to live with. So it's like I always say, like my boy Inky Johnson say, perspective drive performance. How you view what you do will always show or how you want to do what you want to do. So how you view losing weight, that'll be the difference between if you gonna actually lose weight or
Yeah.
not. So
And that's so true. Oh my God, everything you just said is so funny because, you know, like when people ask me about like my weight loss journey and stuff or anything, like my life, and when I get to telling them like this is what I did,
yeah.
and this is how I did it, they be looking at me like, but I don't want to do that. But I don't want to do that. But I'm like, I don't got no easy answer for you.
Right.
Like this is my answer. I'm like, and that's the problem. A lot of people want a shortcut
Yep.
and an easy way out. And I'm like, 9 times out of 10, if you're trying to take the shortcut route, you're gonna end up in the same
Yep.
right back in the same position. That's one. Two, to me, I feel like everything in this world takes hard work.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
everything, and that's something like I was a lazy person. Even now, I'm still like, you know, like being honest, like I don't be a lot of this stuff that I'm doing. I don't be feeling like doing. I be
Yeah.
telling everybody I'm tired, but I know this is what it takes. If this is what I'm trying to do, and
Yeah.
but now I'm falling in love with the process because in the beginning, you know, I told you at the Just Create, I'm like, I really didn't want to do the podcast, but that's something God placed on my heart to do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's obedience, first of all. If he telling you
Yeah.
to do something, you know, you got to do it. Second of all, I'm the type of person, if I see something that's not moving, I'm like, all right, I want to quit, you know, give
Right.
up or whatever. And then also, too, I just didn't want to take the time. And it take, like, a lot of things take work. Losing weight take work. Healing takes work.
Yeah.
Doing a podcast, it take work. And I ain't want to do all that. But the more I started to do it, you know what I'm saying, and know, like, okay, you actually got to do it, you got to do it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm enjoying doing it now because it's like I see what it's doing. You know what I'm saying? It is, you know, getting to people and making people want to do better and inspiring people to change,
Yeah.
you know. But also, too, I'm only a voice.
Yeah.
So if a person goes and take my advice and does what they're supposed to do, then that's on them. I can
Yep.
only, you know, plant the seed
Yep.
and they go do it. I can't do the work for you.
Can't.
So,
That's a fact. I
Yeah.
think like people, like I said, you get exposed about what you really are passionate about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, that's just as simple I could put it. Like,
yeah.
you know, if you want to do something, it's not gonna be nothing to stop you at that. It's not gonna be anything that's gonna get in your way. Like, sure, you'll have shortcomings, you'll have trials, but like I said, like it was a situation where my senior year of college, I'm supposed to graduate, and it hit different. Like when you got I ain't gonna say I had pressure on me, but or if I did, I didn't know about it, but or didn't pay attention to it, one or the other. But like I was getting ready to graduate. And going into the second semester, I had failed a course.
Okay.
Now, in my 4 years in college, I had failed 2 courses. The second one is because I didn't get, my freshman year is because I didn't get the same professor going into second semester. And I waited too late to sign up for the class. Now, this other one, for some reason, I didn't know where the assignments were in the Dropbox. So it was like, I was looking up and it was like, you got a 0 for this, I'm like, how do I get a 0 for something I never knew nothing about? And then so I had to retake this person's course. But because I built the relationship with my teachers and I accepted the fact like, yo, if I got to graduate in 2022 instead of 2021, I'm okay with it. Because like I worked hard. I did everything I was supposed to do. I was at the front of the class. I turned in my assignments. My professor, he kept telling me, like, man, we're going to make sure you walk across that stage. But it was like, dang, I was thinking, like, what if I get here, my pops fly out, my brother fly out, my people fly out, and then I can't graduate. Like, that's money going down the drain. But it's like, I say all that to say, like, I was in a position where it took work. It took me taking another course. It took me failing, falling down, but I still graduated, I had every reason to quit. Like, I failed another course. But on the flip side, I had every reason to keep going. Like, my dad, he's like, I thank him a lot for this because, like, he taught me, like, as a kid, but he did it in a way at the time I didn't appreciate it. But I was playing a video. I used to, like, love playing Dragon Ball Z, 2K. And he'd come downstairs and be like, bruh, you got so much energy towards this game. Just imagine if you put that same energy towards school or, like, something that's actually going to take you somewhere. Because I never had the desire to be a gamer or be on Twitch. And I used to hate when he said that. But when I got older, it was like, dang, just imagine how many people, if they looked at their situation, like, I got every reason to quit. Like, I'm going through a rough time. My kids ain't behaving. People getting on my nerves at this job. I got every reason to quit. But then I got every reason to keep going because I wrote down some goals this year. I said where I'm trying to go, or I said the things that I'm trying to stop doing and the things that I'm trying to start to do. So I just, again, it go back to perspective. How you view what you do will always show how you do what you do. So
I think too, like, you got to get tired. Like, I was tired of, I'm like, I'm just tired of feeling bad for myself. Just tired of being, I don't want to be, it was that feeling. I'm like, I was tired of that feeling, and I'm like, I don't want to feel like this again. And I don't ever want to go back to that space again as well. So people just got to get tired. I be hoping and praying, like, the people that I pray for and I be around, some of my family and stuff, I be, like, praying for them, like, I hope they get tired one day. Like, because you can't keep doing the same thing. You're going to keep getting the same. I preach that a lot. You got to do something different. You're going to keep doing the same thing. You're going to keep getting the same results. That's it. Just with different people, different situation, different jobs, you got to do something different. So
they call that insanity. If I go out and do something the same way over and over again, expecting a different result, they call that insanity. Like, that's, like, are you insane? Like, you think you're gonna do something the same way and then something different gonna happen? No. So it's like, and God gonna keep taking you through the lesson until you learn it. Like, God gonna keep saying, okay, well, you ain't learned. Okay, I'm gonna pick you back up. I still love you, but we gotta go through this again. It's like a course in school. Like, okay, you failed. You're gonna go through it again. Let's keep going. Okay, and then it's like you said, at some point, you're going to get tired. Like, because me, I'm trying not to believe that some people just don't want to. The reality is,
some people don't.
Some people just don't want to do better.
No, oh my God.
Some people just don't want to do better.
Yes.
Like, some people just, they don't want to do better.
What's going on?
Man, like, I must have been in on the, yeah, I was in the back somewhere during y'all conversation.
We was just talking about this, like, some people just don't. So you're so right about that. Like, no matter what they do, no matter how many times you talk to them, no matter how much advice you give them. It's like, and then they come back, it's like, you know how you tell somebody something, like, okay, they ask you for advice, even if they don't. And you be like, well, I can give you my advice, and they be like, okay, they hear you, but then they got to come back. But, they got a but to it. Like,
I tell people, I say, like, look, right. if you got one of them, I tell them, hey, if you already know, because if you doing that, you already got your mind made up. You just want a second opinion. Like, no, don't ask me. Just do what you want to do and be able to live with the results. Like, it was this girl I know. She was dealing with this dude at the time. She was going through all type of crazy stuff. I ain't gonna put her business out there like that, but it was wild. Whatever wild stuff you can think of that's happening with a man and a woman, that's what was going on. So she like, well, I don't know. This one I had to, like, get off the phone with her, like, respectfully. Like, she said, well, I just think God got me in his life. I said, Shardy, you going through all this. And you mean to tell me God wants you to go through this? Now, we already promised struggle and suffering. You going to volunteer yourself for struggle? That ain't never made sense to me. But I said, hey, you know what? But I think I've learned to, like, give people grace. Even if I disagree with what you're doing, it's like, at the end of the day, we all got flaws. We all got stuff that we trying to work through. It's just like, I'm just not doing that. I'm big on telling people, like, I'll be the first to tell you, my brother drink, my brother smoke, he do all type of stuff. But I got flaws too. Sometimes I'm disrespectful. Sometimes I don't always say the right thing. Like, we all got flaws. But I think what we do is we put flaws on a tier. Like, flaw one is the
Yeah.
drugs, the alcohol, the smoking. Then the second tier is, oh, well, I may tell a lie here and there. Like, no, all of that's wrong.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be trying to, well, oh, if you good, you just lie. You ain't
Yeah.
you ain't robbing nobody. Like, no,
It's
both of them
still
things are still
bad.
wrong. Yeah, like at the end of the day, it's a sin,
Yeah.
nonetheless. So like, for me, I just learned like to treat people right, regardless of what they doing.
Yeah.
Whether it's wrong, right, But
I've learned to give a lot of people grace as
Yeah.
well because I know I need a lot. God gives me so much grace.
Yeah.
And when I say I know I need a like, so what's some advice you would give someone who feels overwhelmed by their struggles?
I would say I would go back to a situation to where my senior year, October 30th, 2016, I lost my mom to pancreatic cancer. She dealt with it for 2
sorry to hear
years. And she got it my 10th grade year. And I remember it like it was yesterday. Like, we were in a setting like this. Well, not exactly like this, but like we were at my house, actually. My classmates and our parents, because when you were a senior at the school I was at, you get to pick your class colors and stuff like that. And so we were all sitting together and we were having fun, laughing. Our parents were talking about, what they expected from us, what our school colors were going to be, the things that they were going to do throughout the school year to help us raise money for our school trips and different stuff like that. And then a few months later, my mom passed away, and she dealt with, I just think about the scene at the hospital. So, like, that whole day, like, somebody from our church, he was in that same hospital. He passed away earlier that morning. And then I was like, I didn't want to be at home, so I was like, I just went to my homeboy crib, and we just hung out until dang near, like, 9 o'clock at night. I went over there probably around, like, 12 noon and hung out with him until, like, 9 o'clock. So then I finally went back to the crib, and before I went over to my friend's house earlier that morning, my pops took me to go see my mom, and she was hooked up to all these cords and all of this. Now, mind you, before that, she had got admitted to the hospital. And every day they was like, yo, she's getting ready to leave out of the hospital. And then every time she was getting ready to get discharged, they was like, we got to do another test. And so now I'm like, bruh, oh my goodness. And the week before that happened, my mom told me, like, the mass of her cancer was shrinking. And so if it got small enough, they could, like, remove it.
Okay.
So I'm going to school telling people, like, oh, man, my mom, like, I got some great news, you feel me?
Right.
Like, this is getting ready to be removed. If it gets smaller, the mass gets smaller, it's going to be able to be removed. So fast forward back to the event I was talking about regarding seeing her that morning at the hospital. I was talking to her. I was crying because I'm like, man, I've never seen my mom like this. She, about her business and all of that. And in the midst of this 2-year walk with cancer, she was also going back to school. She had got her associate's degree, but she was going to get her bachelor's degree in interior design. And, like, all my cousins, my aunts, like, they went to her to help organize the furniture in their house, or, like, what paint would go right with this. Like, she was always, like, doing stuff like that. And so, like, factoring all of that in, seeing her in that current moment hooked up to all these cords, seeing her weak, super, she was skinny or whatever, it just was like, it was crazy to me. And then so later on, I came back to my house after I was done hanging with my friend, and then my uncle called me. And my uncle done called me before, but it was like I was just chilling at the crib, and then I got a call. And then I'm like, my heart started beating fast, like, oh my goodness, I don't know what he about to say to me. And so he like, man, hey, we down the street, we about to come get you, because my aunt don't stay far from me. So, like, we about to come get you. And so they pull up, it's my Uncle James and it's my Uncle Jim. And so we riding in the car, and my dad already at the hospital. So before we even get on the elevator, my dad grabbed me like she ain't make it. And so, like, I'm thinking about so much stuff And then it just was crazy to see my older cousins there in tears, her sisters there, and just seeing her laying there cold, just lifeless. And then, I just credit my village. Like, if I didn't have my village, I say that story just because, like, if I didn't have my family there for me, or like my friends in the village that I had, I don't know how I would have, made it. But like God, he saw me through that. Yeah. And I say that story because, like, you're going to go through some tough times, and, that's probably, up to date, that's probably the worst thing that has ever happened to me. Like, I done fell off a bike before. I done got stitches before. A girl that I liked didn't like me back. I done went through all of that. But, like, losing, my mom my senior year, I got to factor all this in. She's not going to be able to see me graduate high school, see me graduate college. But that just go back to what I said about I had every reason to quit. Like, I had every reason to be like, bro, my mom is gone. Like, I don't have but my mom was a big why. Even when she was living, like, my mom was a big why for me. My parents, like, seeing how they raised me, how they took care of me, how my parents was always doing stuff for me. And then it was another situation a few weeks before, probably like, I ain't gonna say a few weeks, like probably a few months before my mom passed. She fixed a plate of food, and I think she was fixing it for me, but clearly it wasn't for me. She like, no, come with me. We about to go somewhere. So I'm thinking, like, where are we going? Now, mind you, she's sick. Like, she should be resting, taking it easy. She went to this abandoned house where this squatter would always be at, and she gave him some food. So it's like, that just showed me, like, if my mama could be battling with a serious illness and still keep going until it's her time, like, why I can't keep going? Right. And I say all that to say, like, I don't know what somebody going through. I don't know what you dealing with. But, like, we all going to have that moment where we feel like our back is against the wall, because that's how I felt. Like, my mom not going to be able to see me do nothing. Like, she's not going to be able to see me do anything. But it was like, that was my reason to keep going. Because she couldn't get her degree, because she couldn't see me, that's my reason to keep going. So I just flipped it. And I've walked with that ever since. Like, because she wasn't able to, do the things that she had wanted to do, I'm going to keep going for her, and I'm going to keep going for me as well, because she was a big why for me. And if she could keep going until the day that she died, why can't I? So.
Right. Ooh, that's powerful. How did you, like, and I want to ask you, because this was going through my mind while you was talking, like, how did you deal with grief with that? If you don't mind me asking.
I had my, no, for sure. Like, I just listened to what, like, people around me would say, like, that had my best interest. Like, when I wanted to cry, I cried. I wasn't ashamed of that. Like, I remember the day, 2 days after, or actually the day after, because people was hitting me up when they found out, because, I guess my church announced it or my pops announced it. People was texting me, calling me, like, bro, we loved your mom. Your mom was amazing. Like, we here for you. And the next day, I was like, I don't want to stay home, because all around our house, it was memories of her. And, you just think about it. So I'm like, I just need to get out the house. And I cried that day at school, because, like, my teacher, my math teacher, he was there for me. My friends, they were there for me. And, one of the principals at the time, he took me off school campus and, he got me something to eat and just was talking with me. And I was just full of tears, man, because, like, it was fresh to me. Like, and even now, like, my mom, she passed in 2016, 2025. She been gone in October, she'll be gone 9 years, but it's still, I've learned how to, go on, of course, but, like, it's my best friend. It's my first best friend ever, Right. So, like, for me, I just was around a lot of good people, like my pops, my church family that prayed for me and that was there for me, that would pick me up. Another lady who's like a mom to me, who's been there for me since I was in diapers, Pat, she was there for me. And, I could go to her about anything. There'd be times where, I'd be sad. She'd come by and she'd pick me up and I'll kick it with her. Just not being afraid to show those emotions, like being okay with going through it. Like, if I'm sad, I'm sad. Like, if I want to go somewhere that makes me remember her, I'm going to go there, So just not being afraid to have, because people like, oh dang, like these emotions, like no, if you need to cry, cry. If you need to be upset,
Yes.
be upset. If you need to write it down, write it down. Like if you need to tell somebody how you feel, tell them. Like
Yeah.
don't run from the emotions. I just didn't run from any of the emotions, and I embraced them. So
And it's a man telling y'all that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
men, feel your emotions. It's okay.
for sure, for
It's
sure.
okay. So no, you had a good support system.
Yeah,
That's dope. I can't imagine because I don't know what it feels like.
Yeah.
So, but I'm happy like you had that safe space because a lot of people hold that like they don't feel grief. Like a lot of people grieve later, and then they be wondering like, why some of the hurt is still there because they don't never process it or they
Yeah.
push it down. That's what I'm trying to say. And then some people don't feel like they have a safe space as well to
yeah,
cry or open up. I think men be feeling like, oh, if they cry, then you look weak.
Yeah.
And, the saying of, like, I be telling my brother all the time, like, don't be telling my nephew not to cry. Like,
Yeah.
Stop crying. I don't like that when people tell little boys to stop crying because it's okay for them, or you shouldn't be crying, you a boy. You don't tell no kid that.
yeah,
They could cry. That's why they be holding their emotions in because they're taught not to show or express emotion. You're damaging a kid like that.
yeah. I've never been a person like to bottle up because I've seen what that's done. When I have done that, like it's not a good outcome. So it's like my biggest thing is I'm not one of those men that's like I can't cry. Like I'm not just gonna be walking around crying all day.
Right.
But
I get
like
what you're saying.
like, but when I feel led to cry, like I ain't gonna,
Hold it.
I ain't gonna hold it back. I ain't gonna be all on the floor like
Yeah.
doing the Summer Walker back up against the wall type of situation. But
Yeah.
like, I don't have a problem with crying because it's like, it's stuff that moves me. It's like, I almost cried yesterday, talking to the kids when we finished the circle and they were sharing their comments and, just seeing how well the conversation went and what they learned from it. So I almost teared up then. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't be afraid of like, because most of these people that saying like, oh, bro, I don't got no emotions. Like, ain't nobody on God's green earth heartless.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody, like, don't believe nobody out here telling you, like, I don't got no emotions. So, like, okay, I hear you. Like,
That'd be
nah.
a defense mechanism. Like,
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah. And then, after that, like, do you feel like you know how some people, like, if somebody passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like me, sometimes I don't be knowing, but now I know to ask somebody, like, what you need, or do you, some people just be like, they don't be wanting nobody to call, or they want to be by themselves. So do you feel like you wanted to be surrounded by your family? You wanted, people to check, how you said people was texting you? Because I've heard some people, like, say that made it worse. Like, they didn't want nobody to do that because that made it worse.
Yeah, I can see why people say that because, like, you trying to process the emotions and everything that come with it, how it happened, why did it happen, what are you going to do moving forward. So I can understand why people get irritated or, like, they do this a lot on Facebook. Like, no calls right now, y'all. We don't need that. Like, to me, it don't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, because it don't bother me because you checking on me. Like, it ain't like you like, bro, we still need you at work tomorrow. Like, it ain't. Nah, if that was the case, then I'd be like, come on, bro.
Right,
Like, for real.
yeah.
But I can see why people do get upset because there's so much that go into it. Like, if you don't got the funds to bury your loved one, how we gonna get them at the repast? Like, are we gonna do a repast? Are we gonna do this? How? And then the emotions that come with, I just lost my brother or my sister or my friend or my father or my mother, whoever it is. Like, just all the emotions that come with that, like, being able to process that or, like, being able to deal with it. So I can see why people get upset. But me, to answer your original question, like, I know my village. So it's like, I know people was going to be there for me. And, like, I'm the type of person, like, I'm going to see who really got you. Because in times of crisis or you going to see who really rock with you. Somebody be like, bro, I got you, man. It's for life with us, But then when the opportunity presents itself, then you'll be able to see who really got you. And so
Yeah.
in that moment, I really saw who genuinely had my back for real and who was there for me. A lot of friends, my cousins, my aunts, people was there for me. But I was I would say, if there is such a thing when it comes to grief, I was neutral. I'm like, who gonna be there for me? Gonna be there for me. I know my pops there. I know my friends. They there for me.
Yeah.
They done shown that time and time again. So it's like anybody else, it is what it is. And me, I don't be holding no grudges against people. It's just like, you did what you wanted to do. Like, if you weren't there for me, you did what you felt like was necessary, and I'm going to keep it pushing.
Yeah.
So
I feel like, too, that's the expectation thing now, too. Like, for me, I've learned, like, to not have no expectations of people.
Yeah.
And just not take stuff personal. Because sometimes, like, to be honest, sometimes people don't have the capacity, like, to maybe in that moment, you know what I'm saying, to be there. Like, I don't know. I think I've just learned, like what you just said, who gonna be there, who gonna show up for you, and who don't. What matters is who was there.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, I'm not gonna hold it against you. It is what it is.
And that's a big thing that I learned as well. Like, just because I used to be this person, like, if you ain't there for me, I used to be like real petty. I'm somewhat petty still, but it's like, if I had to give it a percentage, I'd probably say 10-20%. So it's very low. It should be 0, but
I think that's okay.
I'm working
we all
on
got
it.
a little petty. Let me not say that.
So like,
we all got a pettiness.
no, I definitely. It was worse back in high school for sure. Like, for me, I used to, when I peep, like, oh, you not there for me, or you not doing what I feel like you should be doing in regards to me, then it's like tit for tat. Like, me, I do not like tit for tat stuff. Like, and it's crazy, and I don't like it because I saw what it did to me. So it's like, you would hear somebody would probably hear me be like, you was doing tit for tat for stuff. How you gonna say you don't like it? But that's the very reason why I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I saw what it was doing to me. Like, bro, you spending more energy trying to get somebody back.
Yep.
And it's like, you got so many people out here full blown grown. Like, if you don't text them back, oh, I ain't texting. Like, bro, I could have been on my way to death.
Yeah.
I could have been stuck in traffic. It's so many factors, but people don't even take the time to think about stuff like that. So like, for me, I'm just like, it taught me a great deal. Like, me, I'd be like, it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, you either gonna rock with me or you not. I'm not sitting around contemplating if you gonna, and it's gonna show if you really with me.
Yeah.
Like, if I say I got you, at some point I'm gonna have to prove it. Like, that's how life works.
Yeah.
Like, man, I got your back. It's gonna be a situation that happen in life where you gonna have to show if you really gonna have your back or not. And and me, I look at it just as simple as that. Like, and like you said, that's what I had to learn. Like, some people don't got the capacity, or they just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm not spending a whole seminar on why you don't want to do that or not.
Yeah.
Once you show me you don't want to do it, it's no more. It ain't a conversation. It's none of that. It's just, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You do you. I ain't gonna talk bad about you. I ain't gonna down you. But it's just like, you don't need to be in my life, and I don't need to be in yours.
Yeah.
Still want you to win, but it's, I don't need nobody around me that ain't really for me, for real.
And then we got the choice. We get the choice. We get to choose how we want to move forward with the person or not. If you really feel in that moment, okay, they ain't had a capacity right now, or, they got stuff going on. We have the choice. We have the choice how we deal with people as well. That's why I feel like, too, we play a part in certain things, because
For sure.
we can't control what people do or how they treat us, but we can control how we react and how we're going to move forward with people. So, that's that.
My dad said it the best. He said, why settle when I can select?
There you go.
And that ain't just romantically. That's in life in general.
Yes.
Like, because a lot of people hear you say stuff like that and think it's just, like, I don't got to settle for trash friends. Like, I don't got to settle for people. Like, it's up to me.
Yeah.
None of that. Well, I settle when I can select. So, yeah.
I just, like, I've learned to put people where they belong.
Yep.
That's it. Long. And that's it. You just learn, okay, you see how your friend or whoever it is moving, how they moving. You learn to put people where they belong, and that's it. That don't mean you don't love them no more. That don't mean, you don't like them.
Yeah.
there ain't no beef. I've just learned to put you where you belong, and another thing too, like for me, you know, like inviting people to stuff. And I
Yeah.
just got to bring this up because I don't know. This just popped in my head. But I'm not going to keep, like, you know how if you invite somebody to something and then they don't never come?
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep inviting somebody to something who don't never
Yeah.
show up. And then, like, because I heard somebody else's perspective and they was like, well, you know, what if, you know, they decide to come this one time? I'm like, I just don't want to keep inviting. No, me personally, I'm not about that. If I invite you to something at least like 3-4 times and you don't show up, all right,
Yeah.
I'm not inviting you to nothing else because,
I wrestle with that too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
like,
Especially, this would really blow me. Like, when you go out your way to be like, yo, what events you got going, and you don't show. Now, me, I approach it a little differently. I don't be in my, not saying you are, but like,
yeah,
I don't be in my feelings. It is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I just be, it is what it is with a lot
Yeah.
of stuff. Because you either going, I look at it like this, man. Ain't no need for me to make it. It don't take a rocket science for this. Like, it don't, you either going to do it
or you not. Yeah, yeah.
Either way, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because you hear people say, like, don't offer to do something and then you don't do it. I feel them. I agree. You should never do that. But,
Yeah.
like, me, even if you offer and you don't do it, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's from you, me doing it myself, or I got to go to somebody else. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like I say this every time when it go back to placing people where they are. My boy Cleavon, shout out to my boy Cleavon. I always say this. He taught me some free game that I'm about to get to y'all, man.
Mm-hmm.
He said, because I was talking to him, like, how do you put people where they belong and still maintain friendships? Because some people could get offended. And he like, you got to define and align your different relationships with people. Basically, you know the homegirls, you could go say, hey, we going to brunch. Chat, we going to brunch. But them same girls you probably ain't going to be in the business meeting with when it come to rewriting a script because they don't value that. They going to be on their phone. They going to be playing.
This is so good because,
Like, that just
go
how
ahead, I
go.
need this.
Like, and you got the people that, hey, if you into that life, you know the guys that you can call to get that job done. But you ain't going to call them to go to a job interview because they don't value that.
Yeah.
So it's like when you put people where they belong, when you put the people that you go to brunch with where they belong, then you not upset like, girl, why you ain't come to my event?
Yeah.
They ain't ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. Like, and you
Yeah.
got to place people where they belong. It sound crazy saying it out your mouth, but it's like you maintain relationships, but you also, relationships are exposed as well. Like,
Yeah.
okay, nah, we best friends. Nah, I'm your best friend. You ain't my best friend. Like, because that's just how you see, when you put people where they belong, you see
Yeah.
why they are where they are in your life.
Yeah, that too. And also, I feel like it helps you. That too. And I feel like also, too, people have to respect your growth.
Yeah.
Because some friends don't respect, not even just friends, family. A lot of people don't respect your growth. And I feel like sometimes our growth and our healing, it exposes other people's issue. Like, it shows them where they lack. And then sometimes it'll be portrayed as, oh, you think you better than me, or, oh, you acting different. No, it's not that. It's just, you know, my perspectives have changed. You know, I've grown in this area. I don't think like this no more.
Yep.
And I feel like some people don't respect your growth as well. So
Yeah.
that's another thing.
I'm not better than you. I'm just trying to better myself.
Exactly.
That's
And
all
I
it
want
is.
better for you.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, one of my homegirls did tell me that too, like, because I was like that. Like, I would get so frustrated, like, in the beginning of my healing stage. And I would get so frustrated with other people because it's like I wanted them to be where I'm at. And she had to tell me, like, you just got to learn, like, everybody is not where you are. And also, too, everybody not ready to grow. Some
Yeah.
people just want to stay there. And then that helped me as well. Like, you know what, you right. Like, I can't force people to be where I'm at, or I can't force them to change. You know, they have to be ready.
Yeah, that grace, like you saying, like, that grace component is key. Like, because
Yeah.
what I'm learning to do is, like, I'm okay. Like, of course, I'm not okay with somebody doing something that I know and they know is not good for their lives.
Yeah.
But I get to a place that I'm okay where it's like, if that's what you want to do, I say this all the time. Hey,
Yeah.
what you want to do, that's fine. But
That's me
I'm
now.
just not doing that.
Yeah.
If you want to go rob somebody, you want to scam, by all means, scam away.
My brother
I'm
did-
just not scamming. I'm just not
Oh,
stealing.
that is so funny. That's on you.
I tell him, hey,
My
if you
people
get
laugh
caught,
at me
don't
all
call
the
me.
time. Yes, my people laugh at me all the time because I be like, don't get in my car if you got something that you, because I'm snitch. I'm not going to jail for nobody. That's my first.
Can't
That's
do it.
my first thing that I tell. I'm like,
Can't
and you
do
can't get mad because I already told you I'm not going to jail for nobody. They be like, you just so. I be like, I already told you.
Yeah.
I don't be playing with that.
Nah, for real.
Okay, so what is like the future? What does the future look like for the ConverSaytion Podcast?
I'm working on getting some, what's that word? Some merch out.
Okay, period, merch.
Definitely got t-shirts, hoodies coming soon. I know I talked about this last season, but definitely is in the works for sure. So should be, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it should be ready by the fall. So
Okay, yeah.
maybe even before that,
All right.
if I, do what I need to do, when I do what I need to do. But definitely can expect end of summer, beginning of fall merch for the ConverSaytion Podcast. Something that I want to do is start flying to different cities and doing a pull-up episode with people or collabing with people. Take this thing around the globe, man, Yeah, that's something big that I want to do, like have a podcast episode where I'm in my patio or, I'm in somebody's backyard or at their home. Like I see some of my favorite podcasts, like The Pivot, All the Smoke, Club 520, Isaac Curry, he got a new podcast out. Some of these different podcasts that I enjoy, like just doing stuff like that, like pulling up to places, maybe even going to my church, going to one of the rooms in my church and doing a podcast episode. So that's what I would say so far for sure. And also, this just actually came to me, helping other people more exclusively, like with their podcasts and stuff like that. So, yeah, those are the goals. So, merch, flying to different cities or going to different places other than the studio that I record in and recording episodes and helping other people with their brands as well.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then what is like, how do you see your, like the stuff how the conversations you're talking about, the things that you try to encourage. What are you hoping for your audience, like, that they get out of that?
Just that they take something away from any episode that they tune into, or if they tune into all of them. Any episode that you watch, just if you can apply something that you enjoyed or that you wrote notes on and truly apply to your life, but not only apply to your life, but share it with somebody. Because I believe when you get some free game, I hear people say the game is to be sold, not told. In a few cases that may be true, but I feel like, man, I ain't gonna be no gatekeeper, bro. Ain't no reason for you to be no gatekeeper, Like, if I got some valuable information that I feel like can change somebody's life or help them, why am I keeping it to themselves? I don't worry about, like, sometimes, and I hate to use this as an example because it's crazy, but, like when you give money to the homeless, right? Like, well, some people, you got some folk around here like, well, they just gonna go get some crack, or they just gonna go get some liquor, like, but you can't. If your intentions was to help them, you can't worry about where that money going after it leave your hand. So it's like the same thing with free game. Like when I give you some advice, you either gonna take it or you not.
Right.
And you got to deal with that. I don't got to deal with that.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you, or I'd be sad if something happened. But like I don't have to worry about the consequences because it affect me, but it don't affect me in a way where it's like I lose my job.
Right.
I lose my house or my car or my everyday life. It just, I may lose a friend. I may lose a loved one. Yeah. I just feel as though if you tune into my podcast, my whole goal is for you to see something and apply it to your life, but also share it with somebody along the way, because that's what it's about. Learning stuff, but also being able to share it with somebody.
Right.
So
That's dope.
it's a big goal of mine for sure.
Yes. So we do have a ending segment, but before we go to that part, I want you to tell them where they can follow you at, where your platforms, where they can watch you at, get them all your information.
So you can follow me on Instagram at the ConverSaytion Podcast. It's spelled differently, so it's ConverSaytion, like SAY, like say, a little wordplay for y'all. But the ConverSaytion Podcast, you can find me on Instagram and also on Spotify, the ConverSaytion Podcast. On YouTube, just type in at the official ConverSaytion Podcast. So yeah, and we got more streaming sites that I'm working on being a part of, like Apple Podcasts and stuff like that. So the ConverSaytion Podcast, ConverSaytion Podcast. So yeah, man, hope to see the followers coming in and more followers this year and all of that. So
yes.
Tune in for a great time.
Y'all make sure y'all go watch him, because his content is very dope and encouraging and inspiring. I watch it, so.
Yeah, man. This season I'm gonna be more silly. I feel like I was telling myself, I feel like I'm not as silly as I am with my people and on my main page. I gotta bring more of that out. I feel like people need
definitely
it.
Funny. At least I be cracking up.
Yeah, man. I gotta give y'all more of my Chick-fil-A funny vibes on there. So stay tuned.
Yeah, and thank you for coming.
For sure. Thank you for inviting me.
Listen, I want you to keep on, keep going, keep encouraging. What you're doing is great.
Yeah.
Like I told
appreciate
you,
that.
you
Same to
inspired me when I first came, when I met you at Just Create. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta start the podcast.
For sure.
So, but I appreciate you for coming through and speaking to my audience.
Definitely appreciate you, and again, love what you're doing. Love how you're allowing your story to be used for God's glory. So it's amazing to see. It's amazing to witness and all of that. So same to you. I definitely appreciate you for inviting me. Had a great time. For sure.
Yes, we did. This was great. So you get to be the first guest that do the how do you see yourself in the mirror?
Okay.
So we are gonna take our mics.
Okay, all right.
And we're gonna walk over to the mirror. And then we got 2 questions that we're gonna ask.
Okay, all right. I like this exercise. This is my
Okay, so first question is, how do you see yourself?
I see myself as we discussed earlier, a work in progress, but also somebody who is constantly on a path of trying to figure out more and more of who God would have me to be. If I had to sum that up, it would be a person who is talking to God daily about being a better person. That's one thing that I strive to be, a better person. Mm-hmm. So if I'm a good person, if I do the things that God would have me to do in the way that He would have me to do them, all of that extra stuff, the money, the woman, or this, that, and the fourth, that's gonna make its way to me because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And not to say that because I'm a good person, everybody's gonna treat me right, because that's sometimes we get in this place where it's because I'm good, I'm above getting treated wrongly. No, that's the misconception. Everybody gets done bad, even good people. So it's if I continue to work more on myself, then things will look up for me. So I would say what I see in myself is a person that's constantly trying to better myself and those around me, for sure.
Right.
Definitely.
That's good. I like that. And then second question is, if there was one thing that you could rewrite in your script, what would it be?
There's so many things I could say, but I'm trying to narrow them down. The best one I would say. There's so many scenarios in my head, so many things I could say. I would probably say, how I approach things. Like, I feel like a good portion of my life, like, I approach things the wrong way, which in turn led to, like, me losing out on certain things, like relationships with friends or certain stuff like that. So I would just say, like, if I had to rewrite something, just on how to better treat people in the past. So
Okay. That's good. Okay.
for sure.
Well, you working on it.
yeah. Trying my best to, do right by people.
All right. Well, that concludes the end of the podcast.
Hey.
And we are done.
Hey.